Hello everybody, welcome to StartupGrind-Zagreb. Our guest speaker today is Miroslav, founder and CEO of CoffeeCloud. Thank you for coming here today.
Thank you for inviting me. Hi, I'm Miro, I'm CoffeeCloud CEO.
So let's start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, as I already told, I'm a CEO of CoffeeCloud company. This is actually it's a startup company. It's a startup venture providing a solution which already has helped coffee shops to save over 50 million euros. Actually, CoffeeCloud is founded in UK, but it's a Croatian company. We start around 2 years ago. Actually, what we do is we providing a small interface solution which can be installed to any espresso machine, and after installation, your espresso machine is on the web. It is used for presses coffee cups counting and coffee quality monitoring. So our customers are coffee shop owners, independent coffee shops, restaurants. Also, our target customer are coffee suppliers, coffee distributors, coffee producers, and of course, coffee machine producers and equipment producers.
So is this your first startup, your first company, first?
Yes, this is actually my first startup, but I am serial entrepreneur because I have over 15 years experience in coffee space, in coffee business, because I started as a coffee shop owner, and then I found a small company for engaging coffee distribution, and then after that I start to design the small counters, which is actually first CoffeeCloud solution. That was offline solution, but it's actually first CoffeeCloud.
So tell us a little bit more about your entrepreneurial journey. So you said your first, was that your first job or just your first entrepreneurial venture, starting with a cafe?
Yeah, I need to be honest. I actually know only for entrepreneurship. Because I was working actually after my education, I start working. At first job it was my coffee shop. So actually that's how everything started. But related to this business and CoffeeCloud, for me everything in this business started around 5, 6, or maybe 7 years ago. With design of the first solution for counting coffee cups on the espresso machine, because I was running my own cafe, and I had a problem with baristas and stuff. You know, in Germany they call it they call it shrinkage. There's something that happened under the table because in that industry, in baristas' behavior, a lot of things happened under the table. So you know, sometimes baristas provide coffee for their friends for free, or for their own pockets or something. So that's the first target of CoffeeCloud when I started thinking about the solution to precisely monitoring the coffee. So everything started on actually in my own cafe with a guy called Per. He's from Bosnia, and he's started to working for me. And I actually found that I'm in my shift. We was sharing the shifts. I actually sell 20% coffee more than Per in his shift. Then I found that I have a problem because coffee is missed. And that's how I actually start, because I'm electronic engineer. That's how I start to thinking how to design small counter and small solution which can be connected to my espresso machine and counting precisely coffee cups. That's how actually everything started in that business.
So at first, you sell more coffee than him, even though you use the same amount of coffee. So you figured that one out, but you thought, well, no problem, maybe one or two coffee. But when you think about it and it adds up every day during the month, is that
Absolutely,
that's how you-
absolutely. I was counting about around 20% loss. Because when I designed a solution and put it to my coffee machine,
Yeah.
The increase was 20%. But you know that's amazing in the business because that's around 1,000 euro per month
That-
for only one bar.
I stopped laughing.
Yeah, actually, Pedro lost the money, but I won the money because you understand. I'm the guy who invested in that business, and the business is mine.
So when did you officially started? When did you open the first company for CoffeeCloud?
Actually, we
Or did you
started.
apply first to accelerator program?
It was happened in early 2015. We joined. Actually, everything started. I established a small company actually before accelerator here in Croatia because I found that there was no such a solution to buy on the market because my friends. Also owners of the cafe say, okay, can you design some solution, the same solution for us because we can't buy it. And so we start to actually producing the small counters, only visual LCD display, which can be connected to any espresso machine. And we sold more than 1,000 that kind of units to the independent coffee shop. And then one guy from Hungary, a distributor of Lavazza coffee, came here in Croatia to actually I was before that I was applying for the patent and I won the patent for that and I actually go to the court with the franc and everything. It's happened in that time, but that guy came and say, okay, I have a large distribution for coffee for Lavazza in Hungary, but I would like to monitor every machine from my office. That's when we start thinking about the CoffeeCloud. But at that time, there was no cheap solution for the transferring the data because it was the start of the mobile technology and everything was really expensive regarding the data transferring. Then after maybe 1 or 2 years, we actually apply. So it was year 2015. We applied to first accelerator in Estonia called Buildit accelerator, and that's that guy, that small accelerator, and really actually great guy, great friend of mine today. They run and they really engage in that and try to be the best in that field. They concentrate on the hardware especially.
So I know Buildit, it's one of the leading hardware accelerators in the world.
Yeah.
And definitely, is it number one in Europe for hardware?
I think yes, but it started maybe from year 2015 or 14 because our start is also and they start. So
Same time.
it's around 1 year maybe.
So can you tell us more about that experience? So did you ever thought about going into accelerator program before, or did you know what you were getting into when you started, when you went there?
Actually, no. Actually, we applied for that. I don't know why actually, because we didn't understand at that time. We didn't at all understand the startup scene. I was learning about the startup through accelerator actually, but that accelerator is really great experience. First great experience is Estonia, because it's a full digital country, and now I'm actually Estonian citizen because I have a digital ID.
Citizenship.
Yes, I have digital ID card from Estonia because you can be citizen but digital. you can do all the things with documents and papers as a notary. You can do it online because you just put that card in a card reader, and you can open the bank account and everything with that. It's a real citizenship, but digital. So they are small. Yeah?
Was it easy to open a company there?
Yes, we actually started the new company because they request. They say, okay, just start, and it's I need to say that still I think this is the best network for the open entrepreneurship and company, Estonian, because it's really simple, it's really cheap, it's fast. You can do everything online, and you don't need to be there. They're laughing on the stand. You know, everyone laughing. Marinko, you maybe know. Everyone outside Croatia is really laughing when you mention the stand. It's I don't know, 19th century or whatever. They ask me really. It's a stand. So that's I have a really great experience with that. Actually, when we joined the Buildit accelerator, we joined as a full hardware company, and we pass through the Buildit accelerator as a half hardware company because we found that we need invest and do a lot of developments in software. And now these days, I can say that we are full software company. So we transformed.
So you started from a full hardware company and now
yes.
full software.
Yes, that's a lifetime of the CoffeeCloud. Actually, is really interesting because we became from the full hardware to full software, and we actually switch our business model also because we started to selling the hardware.
Yeah.
As a unit, actually, I started to selling the small counters. So it's full hardware. So I leave you the counter and you give me the money. But we switch our business model to subscription. Now we offering free hardware or for small or reselling for small amount, and then we charging the subscription, monthly subscription for user software. And now we in November last year we transfer all. Actually, we start with our production through the Buildit accelerator. We start our production in Hong Kong, in China.
Oh, cool.
We design everything here and send to Hong Kong. But now in November last year we transfer the whole production in Slovenia. We are partnered with Strips. That's one great company in Slovenia. They have around 200 employees, and they invest in CoffeeCloud also from the R&D and production perspective. So we left all hardware outside our company and put it in Strips, in our partner company, and so we are now at the moment we are totally free of the hardware, and we can concentrate directly on the software.
So you started as a full hardware company, went to Estonia, full hardware accelerator.
Yes.
Found out, hey, we can also do with a partner who can do the hardware for us. We can focus on software, changing the business model. It's quite a turn. So
I think it's even weird because actually the guys from the hardware accelerator in Estonia open our eyes and say, guys, but you're a software company, not really hardware company. You can do a lot of things in the software in the software space.
So when does Techstars come in?
So after Buildit, it was a small accelerator, and they invest in a small part of shares and money. Then we tried to do something large and try to enter the Techstars Metro. So we were successful at the first application. So that's really amazing for one Croatian company because it's around I think around 2,000 companies apply on the batch for the Techstars Metro accelerator, and they choose only 10 companies per batch. So we enter.
Was that the first cohort?
Yes, it was the
Also
first
in the
batch.
first cohort of Techstars
Yes.
Metro.
First batch of Techstars Metro, and actually it's really great. It's amazing program. It's amazing. Buildit it's a great program, but Techstars is amazing, and Techstars is amazing network. You know, Techstars had now around 1,000 companies worldwide. Around, I don't know, 10, 15 owners worldwide. This some kind of small community. You can always reach anyone from Techstars, anyone. So how can we like to say in Techstars, give first. That means that you always need to help your.
It's not
colleague.
only Techstars, but yeah, it's
Yeah, but-
one of the core startup values. Give first, founders first.
Yes,
and
but
so on.
but in Techstars is really that works, because Techstars, for example, I can reach any decision maker in any company in the world through the Techstars. You can always find someone who knows someone there. So it's really amazing to go through Techstars. That's why it's really difficult to enter the Techstars. I know people who apply 3-4 times and there was no success.
I think I applied twice.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Let me test you then. What's their new motto? Techstars is a worldwide, entrepreneurial, something that helps entrepreneurs succeed.
Yeah, that's for real.
A
That's for
worldwide
real.
network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. I think
That is for real, because but you know, it's everything on you. It's everything actually up to you, because if you just sit, nobody can help. Nobody can help. You just need to push. That's important for any entrepreneur. You just need to push, always push, not sitting. Just be active and push every time. You will most of the time you will knock to close door, but some doors you can open if you are persistent. Just be persistent. That's the first rule of the entrepreneurship. You will need to be persistent.
Well, the advice part comes later, but
Yeah.
it's good to say. We're gonna say it again. Persistently.
Yeah.
So you got in Techstars. It's in Berlin, right?
Yeah, it's in Berlin. It's amazing city. We lived there 4 months near Alexanderplatz and joined the community of accelerator in city center. There we had a great co-working space and lots of great mentors around. I think I was talk with around 100 or 200 mentors.
200 mentors.
Through the program, and it was part of the program. It was called I think mentor madness. So you have 10 or 11 meetings in 3 or 4 hours, and it's crazy. It's a 15 minutes changing circle meeting, and you just need to say 11 times to another person the same thing. That's where you learn actually how to present a company. Also, you have actually 3 months program, and first is this with mentors, mentor madness. Second one is to define your structure of the company and to detect your customers and to learn actually what your customers do, because when you start a business, you don't know you really don't know nothing about your customers. You don't know who actually is your customer. You need to profile that. So that's where that mentors and really amazing and focused personnel in Techstars they can help you. And the third part, third month is a pitch session. So it's pitch training. Pitch training on the stage, pitch training on the room, pitch training everywhere on the tree, up, down, everywhere. So you just pitch, and after that you have a session with training personnel, with I don't know who I can remember everyone who actually help us with this to do the structure of the pitch and something. And after that you have demo day. Actually we had two demo days in Düsseldorf and in Berlin, and we pitch in front of around 300 or 400 investors and people in network in large stage, and it was shooting with camera.
So out of this 300 investors that were there, how many approached you?
Maybe not, maybe 10 then, but you know, actually investors are how can I say, they usually running from the demo days, because everyone asks everything in demo days, and it's a great show, but after that you have a connection with investors.
So it's basically just a meet and greet.
Yeah, but you know, Techstars related investing. Techstars is maybe not that successful in seed stage investor connection, but it's really successful in Series A. So that means in later stage, because larger institutional investors are connected to.
Yeah, it's great verifications for startups.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Techstars give you some money when you are accepted to the program, right?
Yeah. Techstars invest in Techstars invest twice actually. Actually once invest Techstars and RGA. This is together with
because it was Techstars Metro.
Yeah, and after that invest Metro. The
Separately.
Yeah.
So did you have the convertible note option after the
yes,
program?
Convertible note. We take that convertible note. Actually, everyone takes.
Most startups do.
Yeah, because you need the money when you start, and that's.
So after Buildit and Techstars Metro and the convertible note and the area, how much equity did all of that take?
Now we are still have a large amount in the founder's position. We have actually 80%. We have 20% already at investors. So that means that we have 4 investors and 20%. But now we're raising around, and we will sell 20% more.
Is it a bridge or Series A?
This is later seed.
Bridge, so between.
Some
seed continues.
Seed continue. Let's say, because we really what actually interesting thing in that Techstars Metro. Actually, we enter with actually 10 another companies, and we was only one company with hardware inside the program. So you know, hardware requests a lot of developments and a lot of testings, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of money. That's why actually most of European investors don't like hardware and don't like investing hardware. And if you're producing the hardware, you need actually be careful, because it's not easy to find investment. In United States, maybe it's better. For sure, it's better. But in Europe, it's not easy to find investment with hardware because the software is much easier for scaling than hardware because you always have a problem with slow development. With a lot of testings with prototyping, with deliveries, with borders and taxes and everything. So that's something with some big problem on hardware.
So, did you realize after Buildit that you want to focus purely on software, or was it during Techstars Metro?
Somewhere between, because we started thinking how to switch our business model because it's recurring revenue is better than revenue once.
In one time.
Yeah. So we started thinking how to design us. Also, we have transferring of data and we have storage of data because we have solution now in Amazon in AWS, and we used Austria Telecom as a partner for GPRS transferring of data because our units, our hardware units, interface units, which installed in espresso machines, have a mobile phone SIM card inside. So the data transfer is through the GPRS, and we have some costs, also some monthly subscription cost. We have monthly subscription cost on the Amazon and the Austria Telecom
for the
GPRS. So that's where we start thinking how to design the cheap hardware to be able to give us subscription.
To do the same thing, only cheaper, so you can really focus on the big data and analytics.
Yeah.
So I've seen you also partnered with other big coffee companies, like Mile.
Yes, that's actually we start to cooperation last year with we still in testing phase with Smile, but I hope that we will go with contract in next few months. It will be the best contract ever for us because they run more than 30,000 machine worldwide. So that means that CoffeeCloud will from the one position enter to 30,000 machines worldwide.
Yeah. Plus, it's good coffee.
Yes, it's good coffee, but it will be even better when they start to use CoffeeCloud because we actually are really now when we transfer from the hardware to software, we actually transfer from the coffee counting to coffee quality detection because we found that it's really amazing how we can detect and how we can set all the things to detect the property of coffee extraction. That means that we can monitor every cup and say and detect did you drink the properly pure coffee.
It's the quality control.
Yes, that's our target at the moment.
Did anyone else have anything like this, that kind of machine?
You ask if we have some competition or something.
Yeah, competition in 2015-2016. Then, was your device the first device that was counting the amount of beans?
Actually, we are the only one at the moment. The CoffeeCloud is the only one solution worldwide which can be connected to any espresso machine. You know why it's important. If you're looking from perspective of the Julius Mann, for example,
sure.
They have 40,000 machines now placed at everywhere in independent coffee shops, and because in that industry, the coffee, for example, Julius Mann or Vaca or Ili provide cafe with 3 machines under the contract that
Sure.
they use of the beans. So that means that 30,000 machines in a Julius Meinl property. So they own that 30,000 machines. So if tomorrow, if some company, for example, Gaja Pharma or someone who designed the espresso machine start to implement their own solution like CoffeeCloud in the machine, they need to sell 30,000 machines at once to Julius Meinl. So Julius Meinl will need to throw out 30,000 machines and buy a new one. That's impossible because it's
It's possible, but it's just bad business.
it's not bad business. It's impossible because they need to invest at once 60 million euros because one machine is around 2, 3, or 5 Ks, and you have 10 years of average lifetime of one espresso machine. So that's why we are safe next, I can say, 10 years without no problem because it's the best way to have the small interface to be installed, simple install, because our solution can be installed in any machine for 25 minutes. That's really fast because we design special connector for any espresso machine. So that means that we can easy and fast be inside any machine. So.
But do you do that, or do you have a partner that does that for you?
You think regarding installation?
Yeah.
No, the installation is provided by Julius Meinl, for example, because they all have.
So in this case, by your customer.
Yeah, because they sell a machine and they have a technical person who install the machines, and then actually the best solution is that they install the CoffeeCloud inside the machine before they take it to the final customers to the bar.
So what kind of data do you get? What kind of data is most interesting for you? What do you know now that you have all the data that you didn't know before? What's surprising?
Yeah, there is a lot of knowledge, and we will move in the future. We will learn a lot actually about the data because now we can monitor the coffee sellings and practice the coffee cups counting. We know which beans are yours because that's really interesting for coffee suppliers and coffee producers, coffee distributors to know did customers use only their beans. We know, so we
talk about the loyalty program.
Yes, yes. So we know we have stock management side. So that means that we can control the sales reps when they deliver the beans in the bar, and they put the beans in the bar and put in our app just kilos in beans. Then our app and device will counting the every shot of the coffee, and so we know always how much coffee they have in stock. We know how your machine is cleaned. That's really important for coffee quality. We know how you clean your machine yesterday and how good you clean your machine. That's what CoffeeCloud can do. Also, we can now we're developing a solution to measuring temperature. We know the location of the machine. So that's if you compare all this data, you can extract a lot of interesting things regarding. For example, for Julius Meinl, they need to know what is the difference of the coffee extraction and using in Abu Dhabi and Zagreb and London. There is a difference in behaviors, in baristas' behaviors, and in final consumer behaviors, and that's really important for that company who producing the coffee and who producing the machine. We also it's important data for the machine producers because they will not produce the same machine for Abu Dhabi or London or Zagreb. There is some difference, but they actually don't know at the moment till they start to use CoffeeCloud and collecting data. We can do also coffee suppliers and big companies as Lavazza or Ili provide. They train the baristas how to prepare the best way prepare the coffee, so that they teach the people how to do the coffee, and when you leave that coffee shop, you don't know if they follow the instructions. If you use the CoffeeCloud, you can see are they follow the instructions for the good coffee preparations. So we can offer also barista tools. We call it barista tools. When something goes wrong, your coffee selling will go down. Then we can detect from our system what's happened, why your coffee is bad and people don't drink it. So that's always related. So when you control the data, you can extract many things and offer through the software to sell.
So if they use, Julius has the machines, and their customers, the coffee owners, are using Julius coffee in the machines. They know. Julius knows that they're using their coffee.
Yeah. But when, for example, that bar here on the street, take Julius manual espresso machine, and the owners say, okay, we will take 15 kilos per month, but he buy 15 kilos from Julius manual, but take also 10 kilos of some cheaper coffee and put it inside. That's the really big problem for Julius manual, because it make a damage for the brand. Because when you have a Julius manual coffee and you try the coffee and say, this coffee is bad taste.
I know Julius, this is not Julius.
But you can think that it is Julius manual. You will say that Julius manual is off. So that means that hurts the brand, and that there is a problem. There is a problem. That's how we actually help suppliers and distributors and producers to detect it and to control it, to know which beans are used in the machine.
I love coffee. I drink way too much of it, and I
How
always
much?
3 to 6 cups a day.
3 to 6. It's not much.
It's too much with me. The way I drink it, trust me.
You know,
but I want to say, you can do something that I haven't actually seen anywhere else. I always wanted an app on my phone that would tell me exactly all the Julius locations, for example. Now, one of the biggest problems here is making sure that it's updated. But in this case, it is updated because your device uses GPRS. Not only that, but it can also tell me, is it for sure Julius coffee inside, regardless of the sign and everything else.
Exactly, that's our future development. We will go to the role. We're going through the roles. First role is coffee suppliers, distributors. The second role is coffee shop owner, and third role will be final user, like you. You will have the app from CoffeeCloud, and you will see. I want to drink, I don't know, Ili, Lavazza, and even better, you can see where is the best coffee. Because we can provide the data with the best coffee. So you can go there where coffee is the best. That's really amazing what we can actually extract from this. And an interesting thing is that we have actually 2 customers in one unit. When we place one CoffeeCloud unit inside the Julius manual espresso machine, then we can sell the data to Julius manual, but also we can sell the data to the final customer, to the coffee shop owner, because he is interested to see how the barista works and everything. So that's 2 different type of data and 2 different customers. So we can make money twice on one device.
That's pretty great. So you mentioned this as one of the future plans. What else can you tell us what you're planning to do? What are some of the things you might want to do?
Actually, my colleague Mike, actually co-founder Mike from San Francisco, he really pushed me almost 2 years to go to design to start to research and design the same solution for the beer. But I don't know. There is some solutions for the beer, but I think CoffeeCloud is not ready at the moment for that. But I don't know. We will go. Sure, we will go to the small office machine segments because you have capsules called chalda or these small capsules for the use in office. There is the same problem with the coffee detection and coffee counting because people takes free machines and then buy capsules from another supplier. Supplier who provide you with machine, they would like to know is they have exclusivity on that. So if you buying only from the one who provide you with machines, so that's the same. So we plan to design the small solution. Maybe we'll work on Wi-Fi and to just collecting data from small machines with capsules. It's much more simple because there is the CoffeeCloud is really complex because they listen actually baristas' behaviors, but that could be much simpler solution.
So you mentioned San Francisco. Do you have some customers in the US, or are you going towards the US?
At the moment, not, but we now have a great position because we have one specialty equipment coffee company interested there, but the CEO of that company, Adam Raper, is also a venture capitalist. He's a partner in one venture fund, and they are interested to invest in all US expansion. So now we're going to test with them, and Mike will help us. Mike is a co-founder and he's based in Silicon Valley, and he's actually our product director in the US.
So you mentioned he's a co-founder. How many co-founders are there? Can you tell me more about the team?
So I'm CEO. There is Andrea, is my wife. Also, she's COO. She passed with me all accelerators. I need to say that we passed through everything as a family. Even our kid, as a 5-year-old, he was with us in Estonia, and he goes in the kindergarten. In Estonian kindergarten, he went and actually he doesn't know any words in English, but everything passed really great. So she's related to business development, to operative things through the day. So that means with bank accounts and with invoices and everything. So we have Milan as the main software developer. Now we are on board the Milutin from Belgrade. He's a friend of mine, and I think that soon he will take the role of our CTO, because he really where we have a problem with the organization of the software, because I'm not a software developer. I'm actually I'm CEO of the software company, but I don't understand actually what I do. that's for real. So that's why I need actually support in real people who understand. So we will onboard Milutin soon to be our CTO. Also, there is Marko. He's a customer support here in Croatia. Marko Brajkovic is one of the 2 or 3 people in Croatia for this engaged in espresso coffee. But Marko also runs his own specialty coffee brand and Marco is a cup tester and the barista judge. Marco drinks 13 coffees per day. So your 3 to 6 is, how many you say? 3?
Yeah, but the big ones.
But it's not. Marco drinks around 12 or 13. Also, we have Anna. Anna is working for the best specialty coffee producers in Melbourne, because Anna is Australian with Croatian roots, and Anna will join the team this year. CoffeeCloud. Anna will be engaged in all selling operations, actually worldwide. For the first in Europe, but Europe and Australia. But we will see. Maybe also she'll help in, because she is also barista judge, and she's cup testers. She really understands espresso. You know, we build and designed that CoffeeCloud solution with many help of real professionals in barista segment, because it's really important to understand and to know what actually baristas do on the machine, what they need to do, and how coffee need to be prepared to be the best. So that's what we do. Also, there is a Mike. Mike is actually started. Mike is a serial entrepreneur, and Mike is a board member of the advisory board member. Just to remember, Mike is a member of advisory board of Santa Clara University in Silicon Valley. So that means that Mike is really understand financial segments, startups, and Mike help us with all the financials and our projections, and he now decided to take the bigger role in CoffeeCloud and go to as a actually product director in the US.
So you're expanding to the US and Australia.
Yeah, we will soon the expander.
Okay. So before I move on, this is usually a part of the fireside chat where I ask the audience if they have any questions for our speaker today. There's one.
So why did you, what was the primary cause of moving from the hardware to the software? You know, the motivation, so not about the way you did it, but just the motivation?
I think the main, there was a few things, but the main, maybe.
If I may jump in, so not about the financial side, so I understand why you changed from one-time fee to subscription fee, but why aren't you developing hardware anymore? Because you are the ones that are selling it, right? Your partner in Slovenia is not selling it to anybody else.
No, they're not selling, but they're selling for us because we have contract to cooperate, and then they will sell when we say sell their customers, they will ship the customers harvest. But you know, the financial is and subscription model is the main reason. But there is another reason is maybe is to decrease the risk of the hardware. You know, if you have high risk of the hardware, you are not easy to invest. You're not actually you will not easily raise the capital, because raising in Europe is much easier if you are a software company. I met a guy in the Techstars, my friend, who runs the company in Paris, in France, company called Wind, and they invested last year with 31 million in the company, and he told me, and actually he's 30 years old. He raised last year, as I said, 31 million. That's amazing. and he do the solution also for the hospitality and something for cash registers. And he said, you know what? You just pretend that you are not a hard company. You just pretend. And he said, you know, I'm also a hard company. And I said, really? But because he told me 3 months after the program. And I said, I really didn't know that he produced. Actually, he produced the hardware, but he just pretend that is only software because you know. I don't know if I can tell, but
Probably
investors are sheep. You know, they go where everyone goes. When one invests, everyone will invest. So now everyone likes to invest in software. I can understand, but I'm not agree with that because you know it's wrong. It's just wrong because it's software is limited. Software is limited with hardware. That's for sure. And that's actually we don't have a lot of space for development if we don't develop in the hardware. That's for sure. So that's the reasons. Maybe two most important reasons, but maybe reasons is one reason is because it's really amazing what you can do with software. You can collect the data, you can store the data, you can sell the data, you can do anything with that.
Are there any more questions? No.
I thought when you said that you have two customers, like Julius Minor, that you send data to, and also the coffee shop owner, whatever. I thought, have you ever thought about having like app for a smartphone where you can have like these bars have CoffeeCloud certified coffee. If you want really coffee or I don't know, Lavazza, whatever you like, here are the bars where you can have it.
I thought I mentioned that.
That's a great question, and we thinking about that, but you know, it's not actually it was perfect if you have a large amount of customers. That means that once we reach 1 million customers, it could be great tool because we can sell that not only to our own app, we can sell it to the different webs who collect the data about the coffee quality and something. So the data is actually amazing.
One more question.
So if I understood you, if you are the first of producing some kind of, you are first on the market like that, software product. But what is your validation? How big is the market, and how many it's worth now? Who done the math, and how much should be after you engage in the Australian market or US market?
Yeah, we have some researchers because you know when you pass to accelerators, you need to do researches because Techstars and mentors provide you with everything, and our research is around. We have around 250 to 400 million total addressable market per year. 2000, let's say 400 million euros per year as a of recurring revenue. That means that we can easy reach 1 or 2 million espresso machine users worldwide. But also we expect that we will have some competition because you always have competition when we start to scaling, then you always have some similar solutions. At the moment, we have only for the software side, but the great thing for us is that's also the bad thing because the development it's really hard. because it's a really complex unit, and you have software and hardware, and it's not easy to copy. It's not easy to be copied. For example, we producing in China and Hong Kong, and without firmware, because I was never provide our code to producer. They just produced and shipped the unit. They actually don't know what that unit can do. Actually they don't know what is used for. But you know, it's not easy to produce if you have money. Then you can. It needs time. Still, if you now have a large amount of money to invest in that kind of business, you will still need time to develop all the things.
Regarding the question, how much you are looking for money now to fund the
Now
what's
this
your plan? Would you use that for expansion or what's
Yeah,
your
we going to for the first to do sellings and expansion regarding the sell because actually we still in CoffeeCloud we don't have established the selling department because it's we just actually developing 2 years.
So you're going to be a scale up now?
Yes,
basically.
yeah. So we actually now plan two more investment rounds, and after that we will go to some type of exit. That means that actually I had already offer for, let's say, something like exit, because it was one company actually this is the largest company in the world, producer of espresso machines. They would like to, actually they offer to have the significant shares in CoffeeCloud, but we are actually still not ready for that because we need to scale first, because the price will be better later. And now we're going to see the round. We will now raise the around 500 case. That means €500,000. And another round will be in next 1.5 or 2 years, and we will raise around, I hope so, around 2 or 3 million, maybe 5 in maximum, and that will be the, I hope so, that will be our final round for raising, and after that we will be prepared for some kind of accident.
So as we come close to the end of the fireside chat, I always like to ask, what would be one or more advices you have for other startup founders, or one who are just trying to be? What would be some of the best advice that you would tell them?
Yeah, if you ask me for entrepreneurship and for some let's say behaviors or characteristics of entrepreneurship, you just need to be persistent. You will fail so many times. You will knock to closed doors so many times, and you just need to stand up again and again. And that's really important. You need to go to have your plan and just be persistent. That's the main advice what I can find now in that. But regarding the startups, if you thinking about to choose the life through the accelerator or to go by yourself, I would choose the accelerator. If I go, if I will have a chance to go again with another startup, I'm sure I will choose the accelerator because it's a great way to scale and to grow fast. You just you actually you can really speed up the company.
So ringing endorsement for accelerators. Nice.
Yes, it's applying for accelerator. It's not always easy. You will be rejected so many times, but this is we come again to persist. You just need to push. So if you apply for Techstars, apply first time.
Oh, I will.
I can help you. to define the.
Oh, that's the bottom of the sentence. Do you have someone who can recommend you? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming here today. Thank you for sharing with us your story and your advice. And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks.